On to you Scorpios out here. Hopefully y'all are having a great day. Um, there you go. So for you Scorpios, you have the leap of faith, the epiphany, and then you Scorpios also have the five of Ariel. Amazing, because there's definitely a very powerful walking away and freeing yourself of something. Um, you Scorpios, see, wow, immediately, huh? The leap of faith and the epiphany. The leap of faith is about like moving forward regardless of not knowing or not having all the answers. Moving forward regardless of not knowing what will happen, right? But welcoming the mystery of moving forward. So some of you Scorpios may have actually been walking away from a big part of your life, whether it's a person or a situation or a concept, and leaving that concept behind, once and for all. And the epiphany is because of the knowledge. See, this is why it is I stress knowledge so much, because knowledge is power. When you understand what's happening, and this is the same thing that I always try to tell y'all, but more so accurately, I tried to put the people in my life on game. I'm talking about people off camera, right? Like my family members, the people who I may be dating, on game about. Know how the world really works. I tried to really put them on game about it and really try to introduce them into knowledge. Then on the other side of the knowledge, if they can be open-minded enough and they get the knowledge, they'll thank themselves for actually listening to what it is that I have to say, because they will be like, oh my gosh, I know how the world works, and I can flip it and bounce it and create it anywhere I want to because I know how the world works. And so the situation with that is the five of Ariel right here speaks to how these three cards just speak to just the knowledge that you've attained, and now being able to be brave and move forward, right? Stepping away from a particular situation and stepping into your own, right? So it could be from parents, it could be, I don't know, it could be from a relationship, right? Maybe you and this person wasn't going so well. I can't say certain words. And now you actually decided, you know what, it's better for you to be in a shelter. It's better, maybe you went out and got yourself your own apartment, right? I ain't trying to play y'all and like crack jokes. I'm saying we all have our own specific situations. I've heard this before. I come from New York. I'm from New York. I'm not born in New York, but I'm from New York. I know what that sounds like, right? People will go into homeless shelters all the time in New York if they're trying to step away from someone that is treating them like trash. They will do it. And see, the situation with that is this breaking away is very powerful for you Scorpios, because it's not just physical, it's spiritual, it's symbolic. It represents, the four of Gabriel and the two of Raphael. It represents how, you Scorpios, you standing on business. You will not allow yourselves to be disrespected. It doesn't matter how long you've been with someone, if the person makes it a habit of being disrespectful, you will not be around them too much longer, because you'll leave them alone and let them deal with their own life without you. You ain't got to be in their lives. They don't have to be in yours. And see, the four of wands and the two of Raphael, excuse me, the four of Gabriel and the two of Raphael, this speaks to how you Scorpios basically, you want something where, you in a relationship with this person, it's fair, And so the Nine of Gabriel and the Peace card, peace is Scorpio, basically. Um, so you showed up in your own reading. The Nine of Gabriel speaks to you're ready for that. But are people ready for you? Because you're brave, and you Scorpios are out here ready to actually get to know other people. But are they intellectually honest enough to actually be in a real relationship with you without having to give you a hard time for no reason? Can they do that? Right? Because the excitement will happen later on. Excitement will happen later on. And there's plenty of things that you can do to not be so I ain't gonna say, I'm not gonna say that. There's plenty of things that a person can do to still be exciting without having to give a person a lot of problems. Right? Everybody comes with their own fair share of problems. I'm not even gonna sit up here and sugarcoat it. Everybody, myself, everybody comes with their own set of problems. But at the same time, are you minimizing the problems? Right? Making them smaller? Or is a person making the problems worse? Driving a split between the two of you. And this is what you Scorpios definitely do not want. You Scorpios are a lot happier too. That ain't even a word. It's deeper than that. More joyful. Joy and happiness are two different things. Happiness is fleeting. Excuse me. Joy comes from the knowledge that you Scorpios have. You know the ledge. You know the ledge. You have knowledge. You Scorpios know they giving you problems because they want to be difficult with you and all of that. They giving you problems because, like I said, they giving you problems because they want to be difficult with you. They giving you Scorpios problems because they're jealous of you while they're trying to be in a relationship with you. And those two ideas conflict with one another. So now these people have an internal problem going on, and they can't seem to be consistent in who they are. But while they project onto you and try to make it seem like you Scorpios are the problem, even though you Scorpios may be a problem in certain instances, but a lot of instances, because none of us are angels. I'm not an angel too. There's things, there's goofy stuff that I do that I'm learning not to do, you know? But you are not the perpetrator of everything, right? Of all the worst stuff to them. And so the Six of Michael, the Three of Gabriel, and the Knight of Ariel right here speaks to how you you Scorpios basically, so you're able to actually navigate your own emotions better because your emotions will be a lot more stable, calm, because you have your answers. This is, like I said, this is why I emphasize information or knowledge so much, is because when you know what to do and you're prepared, it's not this thing where it's like you're agitated and you're uncomfortable because you don't know what to do. You Scorpios know what to do, right? The Six of Michael and the Three of Gabriel right here is you move forward because you know why you need to move forward, because those people are disingenuous, right? If they're being honest about being in a relationship with you, then why don't they be in a relationship with you without having to make it difficult? See, they want to be in a relationship with you, but they don't like how good you are. See, which is stupid, right? But they don't want to be wrapped up with what you got going on, because they got to give you some pushback because, oh, I don't want to come off desperate. You'll have me wrapped around your finger. That's what the I don't want to come off desperate thing is, because it's you'll have me wrapped around your finger mentality. which is the truth. You will have them wrapped around your finger. That's the reason why it is that, you know, they feel like they got to give you pushback. But the problem with that is, who's to say that it's a bad thing that you Scorpios were to have them wrapped around your finger? Because especially if you're a decent person, you wouldn't ask, you wouldn't ask them to do anything detrimental to themselves anyway. And so the thing is that the Knight of Ariel right here speaks to how, so, you know, it's just really goofy. You know, if a person is going to be in a relationship with you, they're going to have to trust you. They're going to have to actually be able to trust you and not like want to start things with you, and actually trust you enough to know that you're doing the right thing. You're dating them. You're actually taking them seriously, you know, and not just, you know, they feel like they got to give you a difficult time or whatnot, or whatnot, because I won't, you know, they won't let you Scorpios have them so easily. And it's like, why not? Right? You know, why not? You don't have a reason not to. You know, they don't have a reason not to. So let's clarify the Six of Michael. Matter of fact, let's clarify the Peace card. Let's clarify the Peace card. Excuse me. Three of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and then you have the Hanged Man. So these three cards right here to clarify the Peace, which would be like the Scorpio, right? One of the major arcana, right? It's not the Tower, it's the other one. I can't say the D word. 5 letters. But the point that I'm trying to make here with the Peace card is to show you how much peace y'all have, how much internal peace y'all have, because you Scorpios have the knowledge, right? The realization of it, the actual fruition of it, the fruit that comes from it, right? Fruition, which is the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, not allowing anyone to be giving you a difficult time, because especially if, like I said, if you're treating them well, there's no point to be wilding. And see, the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the Hanged Man, you know, they have their own personal issues if they're giving you problems. And so, you know, if they giving you problems and you're treating them well and everything like that, you stay away from them, because that's a person that's going to make it a point to have a problem with you regardless of what happens, because they need to make a problem with you just so that they won't become wrapped around you Scorpios' finger, like I was just talking about, right? So they have to make a problem, because in their mind, they're thinking to themselves, yo, this person is feeding me lines. It's like, I can't get so wrapped up in this person. Like, what am I doing type stuff. I'm giving y'all the game. Y'all want it? I'm giving it to you. So let's clarify the Knight of Ariel. You have the Empress, the Moon, the Nine of Swords, excuse me, the Hermit, and then you have the Ten of Swords, right, to clarify the Knight of Pentacles. So the Empress and the Moon and the Nine of Swords, now you Scorpios can basically go do what you want to do. Go live your life, because people who are transparent with you, who are real, they're going to let you have them. You know, they're not going to be putting up all this fight. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're treating them well. You feel me? And of course, they're treating you well and putting in an effort with you, of course. But at the same time, too, the people who decide that they want to give you pushback and all of that, you're not really going to be worried about relationships anymore. If you ask me, you or a lot, I'll say that to be fair. You Scorpios have figured it out. And so the Hermit and the Ten of Swords here is, it took you a minute. But the Hermit and the Ten of Swords represents their problems will not become yours. You're not going to be so upset when they want to start their antics anymore. You Scorpios will see it and be like, okay, they have personal issues, but you know where the personal issues is coming from, and you now know why they're giving you problems. They're giving you problems because they don't want to get too wrapped up in what you Scorpios got going on, because now you can play them because they like you too much. Stupid, right? But that's it. Comment on the video. Excuse me, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Come through and get a personal reading from me, Scorpio.